Good morning. Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good morning, everyone. So we are going to start our 58th annual general meeting 2023, and I request Sampath sir to accompany our Sahu sir, please. The meeting is also available online by YouTube as well as Facebook link, and some of us have also joined over Zoom. So with that, we start our today's proceeding. I request our Vice President, Shri Acharya sir, to welcome the dignitaries and the alumni present here. Sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. Respected President NITRAA, Sri Basa, Dean Alumni, Professor Himanshu, General Secretary, Treasurer NITRAA, Senior Nitrans, and other Nitrans. Even though the attendance is very poor, we have to start the meeting because that's the system. I would like to welcome Sri Basa, first of all, Mr. Basa and Dean Alumni, who have taken the pain of coming here. I would welcome the senior Nitrans sitting there, Bharat Bhai and Babaji Sahu. And I'll welcome past President Prabhu Padi. I welcome our EC member, Professor Pankaj, other EC members present here, and all those people who are connected to this meeting online. We have an agenda. As per the agenda, we will go. And even though we expected more attendance, the attendance is not so good. Nothing else. I mean, I feel that the meeting should go on in a disciplined manner. Thank you. Thank you. With this, we start our today's proceeding. Before we start, we request everyone to for our departed Nitrans. Thank you. I request President NITRAA, Shri Basa sir, to address the August gathering. governance. Lucky to have all who is in institute and association. Bharat Bhai and Wadi, Mr. BC, President of the chapter, many members, and unfortunately, the previous group of ours, led by Mr. Patel, even though they could not do meeting because of the COVID, but activities on the last part was excellent. And we have a meeting which is very business to the students, and these those provisions. I think our those things. And the virtual meeting, meeting of July, which continued 4 hours. Indian Standard Time 12 PM. That is the love and action of our alumni were based all over the globe. Not only for Professor Somnath Misra, so for the institute. So it's a great source of encouragement for us. During that time, we had thought
I'll get the rest of the food.
take over. I'm the person.
What child?
This young boy standing at the gate post as we drove in.
Long live.
See, his face was shrouded with a hood. Did he look? And I said,
When it was a little boy, must have been a sheep. Yeah, a sheep. That explains it.
it's the best sheep.
Quite possible to mistake a sheep for a young man on outside, especially when you're going to speed. Your Honor.
And a boy with a flower to
Mute again. Ready. Are you audible? Just to check. No, from our members who have connected over Zoom.
Ashutosh, now you are audible, but Mr. Basa's message was not audible before you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we'll proceed to the next agenda point. So the next is about confirming the minutes of the last AGM and ratification. So AGM is, the minutes have already been circulated to the members here present here. This is about the confirmation of the last minutes of the AGM. Okay, so we'll proceed to the next. Thank you. The next is about the annual report by General Secretary. So just give me some time to share my screen. Is the Deepa madam, you can inform.
Oh, Ashutosh, again, the voice has gone. We are not able to hear.
Okay. Actually, the network here is poor. Can I just find? Am I audible now?
Yes, it looks better. Seems better.
Deepa madam, am I audible?
Yes, it seems you are audible now.
Okay. Okay. So I think the screen is also visible.
Yes, the screen is visible, Ashutosh.
Okay. So a very good morning to members present here. The Basa sir, the president of NITRAA, Subhadacharya sir, the vice president of NITRAA, Dean Alumni Affairs, Sri Sahu, Professor Sahu, and treasurer, our Sampad sir, and all our senior alumni members present here. I take this pleasure to present before you the General Secretary report of 2022-2023 as with regards to the respective activities we have done so far in our present body. So we started our journey with organizing this 58th annual Jan homecoming ceremony in May 2022. And that was where we, with all the officials of NITRA, that gives us a kind of relationship building and trying to also understand how our action plan will look like in the forthcoming time and so on. Then, as mentioned by Bhatha sir, that there was a tribute to our legend, Professor Somnath Mishra sir. For this, we conducted various meetings. Virtual meeting was conducted where we saw more than 200 alumni across the globe joining into this meeting and giving their tribute. At the same time, there was a physical meeting organized by the NITRAA Rourkela chapter to pay tribute to our beloved principal. And along with that, a book, Shraddhanjali, was released by the governor of Odisha in the memory of Professor Somnath Mishra. And yesterday, we also saw the inaugural memorial lecture of Professor Somnath Mishra, which was done in collaboration with NIT Rourkela as well as IM chapter Rourkela. To begin with, we try to bucket them into different categories as to how we supported or how we have been providing assistance in terms of institute administrations to student community, alumni community, and some parts in the social welfare, and what has been our way forward in the next coming years. So to start with, we started with this project called Banyan Tree Project, which was an emotional connect to the institute. And right now, NITRAA has donated about 5 lakhs at the initial phase for necessary civil construction work. And we have also approved about more than 15 lakhs to see that things are taken care of in the future course of time. So this has been a phase process. So we are in the first phase right now. Then during the Diamond Jubilee, we supported the entire fraternity of NIT Rourkela in organizing a couple of events. One was on Leadership Conclave, where the alumni across the globe were brought to a single platform. They were basically from the domain of entrepreneurs, industrialists, big consulting firms, government administrations, research organizations participated. And we discussed about various domains such as cutting-edge technology, climate sustainability, renewable energy, export-import systems, low-carbon technologies, and so on. Then we also supported in organizing cultural program during the Diamond Jubilee Global Alumni Meet, where artists from Mumbai and Bhubaneswar were invited to showcase the entire events. Yeah. In terms of the support ecosystem, we have also facilitated a couple of alumni members to also interact with the institute administrations to develop certain kind of ecosystems. So for example, Mr. Pradeep Chatterjee from 1990 batch, who is the CEO of Icon Consulting, and conducted a workshop for startup enterprises based out of FTBI and NIT Rourkela, and to see that how they can actually grow themselves and somewhat get away with these obstacles that happens during the initial phase of any startup. Then we also had our Mr. Amit Srivastav, who is the Vice President of South Zone, who came down to NIT Rourkela. He's from Bosch, leading position in Bosch. And his objective mostly was to explore how we can collaborate under this institute industry collaboration. And at the same time, he also has been a great mentor to the students in automotive projects, like the SAE projects that they're doing right now. So he has also been somewhat giving advices and support in mentorship, in knowledge, and so on. At the same time, we also have Ms. Sangeeta Mahapatra from 2001 batch. She's the CEO of Signature Attire. She's also working out strategies to strengthen ecosystem of FTBI and NIT Rourkela. We had 2 rounds of meetings, and recently we also had a meeting with FTBI professor in charge, Professor Mishra, to see that how we as alumni community can take a larger role to strengthen this ecosystem. So, Then came the 59th annual homecoming ceremony, which was conducted in the month of April. Again, it was organized in collaboration with the Center of Alumni, Industry and International Relations, NIT Rourkela. Coming to the students community. So our team has supported some students, like there was a quiz contest at NIT, which was given support to the inclusive team to carry out in the innovation program. Then we are also supported Team Roadrunner in making this Formula SAE vehicles. We also supported a team called the SDG Campus Club, that's a Sustainable Development Goals Campus Club, to work out their programs in energy and environment, clean energy as prosperity and so on. So that was an encouragement given by us for the NITRAA side. Then we also supported the team Black Mamba, who also again have been making all-terrain vehicles. Maybe for the last 10 years, they have been progressing in technological development works, and NITRAA has been supporting. So just to give a glimpse, this is the team Black Mamba, which is making this all-terrain vehicle, and this is team Roadrunner, which has been participating in national events and so on. So both are being supported by NITRAA, I think since the last 6 to 7 years. We also facilitated some of the students' internship program. So there was opportunities which was given to the students to work with district collector, with the project director, IS officers. Recently also, Sri Uday Patel sir also supported one of the students at his own industry. So this is something which we wanted to expand and see that how we as alumni can provide more and more opportunities to the students so that they also develop their professional acumen right from the student days itself. Then we also supported one of the students, Sachinanda Vera, who is a third year mining engineering, with support of 28,000 rupees for his urgent treatment of his mother. So he was in a very distressed condition, and in a very 24 hours, we tried to support him just to give him the travel support and other supports so that he can address the issues. As far as the mentorship program is concerned, so we right now 100+ alumni have associated as in the mentorship program as mentors, and 250+ students have been associated as mentees. So this program has been continuing for the last 3 years, started in 2020, and we see that things has been moving in the very positive directions, and we hope that many more alumni will also join this program. As far as the overseas support are concerned, so alumni in Europe and UK has been fantastical, and they have been helping the students, any new students going to abroad for internship or research. They've been supporting them, for example, like research in the universities, or what is the status of the departments, what is the ranking, how to get the accommodation locally, what are the expenses required for to go to the new area and so on. So all these kind of supports has been somewhat been provided by the European alumni in Europe and UK. Now coming to the third phase is the alumni community. So our team also has been doing several works. So one is felicitating one of the esteemed alumni who is has been heading the last steel plant, the chairman, Ms. Soma Mandal. Similarly, we have also been supporting some of the active chapters, like the Rourkela Club is one of the active, Rourkela chapter is one of the active chapter, where they celebrate the Engineers Day celebration, and NITRAA has been supporting them with some seed planting. So, as far as other essential support systems are concerned, so we have supported the Silver Jubilee batches in opening their bank accounts, some of the like 95 and 97, and right now we are also supporting 98 batch. We are also supporting in identifying some impactful projects. Last year, we had identified around a couple of projects and tried to see that how they can actually collaborate and so on. At the same time, if they require any support in terms of hotels or any accommodations, we do provide from the local segment. So other services like guest house accommodations and so on, and then transcript. For example, there is always an issue of getting the transcript in a very stipulated time. So our team has been helping wherever is possible on our part. Coming to the social welfare, so we have been supporting one of the schools, that's Visra Munda Vidyapit in Jagda, So this time also we have supported them and they were trying to make an arrangement and extension of one of the rooms and so on. So this is about the activities we have done till far, and there has been some way forward. We have already started the mechanism for NITRAA Corpus Fund. So right now about 15 alumni have already contributed. We expect at least 1,000 rupees a year, and so that we grow our Corpus Fund, and the Corpus Fund can be utilized for various development projects for NIT and so on. We are also in the process of developing a project team which can take care of these the funding utilizations from the corpus and try to develop that appropriate ecosystem and build a relationship with NIT Rockland. In my business trip also in November, I am also going to Europe. So where we are facilitating one meeting of alumni in Europe because they have been very active in helping some of our students. So that needs to be very much formalized, and we are having a meeting in Frankfurt in the first week of November. Then there is a time to also to activate chapters. Currently, we have 19 chapters. 50-60% are very active, but we need to see how we can activate the chapters because they are the ones who can take our vision to the ground level. Because we do a lot of strategies, we do a lot of plannings, but ultimately that things has to go to the ground level, and we expect the chapters are the ones who are the brand ambassador for NITRAA headquarters. We also are expecting how we can enhance the registration on our web page because data updations and so on is one of the critical area, and this is where Mr. Anup will be also speaking in this regard. And today we are also open for ideas and improvements. So again, all these activities are culminations of a lot of efforts put in by our EC members, other members, a lot of brainstorming and so on. So yeah, so these are all the collective efforts, and with this I close my report for this year. Thank you.
Auditor, IG, pura 5G. Pura 5G. Era 4G. 5G ka. Tatawagan. And also.
Now I request our treasurer, Sri Sampad Mishra, to present the audit report for the year 2022 and 2023.
Thank you, Asutosh. Dignitaries on the dais, Sri Basa sir, President NITRAA, Sri Subrotacharya sir, Vice President NITRAA, and Dean AIIR, Sri Himanshu Sahu sir. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to all the NITRANs present here at Raukla Club. Thank you for being here. Basically, I'll read out what are the major income sources we got in this financial year and how we have done the expenses regarding that. We have fixed deposits in SBI banks. So we got a interest received from them around 8,02,591. Then we received from other saving bank accounts around 19,136. Incubation center, whatever the rents or the we are getting from incubation center at NITRAA Bhavan, around 3,61,000 we have got. Silver Jubilee 97 batch has done a Silver Jubilee celebration at NIT Rourkela, and they have given 16,91,000, and through NITRAA PAN they have used our PAN in this regard. So it got recorded in this audit report. Then Ranchi chapter has a fixed deposit. So we are incurring, we got incurred the received the interest regarding that around 14,000, and Raukla chapter from the fixed deposits we have got around 7,700 rupees, and other receipts we have got 58,741. So total it is around 29,55,912 for this financial year. And how we spent it? That traveling and conferences, many traveling expenditure of delegates and many speakers we call from time to time. So regarding that, we have spent 43,000. Auditors, regarding auditors, we have spent 11,800 rupees for this year. Annual homecoming expenses, we capped it at 64,940. AGM expenses of last year, around 20,768. Bank charges, chapter contribution for Engineers Day celebration, we paid to Raukla chapter, 25,000 rupees. Donation and charity, we have done 1,60,000. Maintenance, donation and charity mainly we have given to few clubs of NIT Raukala, student clubs of NIT Raukala, and one school, Bisamunda school, we have given them. So around 1,60,000 we have given on donation and charity. Maintenance and expense on incubation center is 1,89,468. It includes salary of one of the helper that he helps us with the incubation center. Meeting expenses 23,708. Office and general expenses 31,000. Remuneration and bonus to employees. This employee is Saroj Das. So his payment is recorded and it's around 1,99,000. Whatever 97 batch given us in form of income around 16,91,000. 16 lakh out of it has been given to NIT Raukala for young research facility. So NIT Raukala has been given 16 lakh in regarding of that, so that they can establish a research facility. Website expenses, Bhave is our partner in developing the website and maintaining it. So we have spent 1 lakh per year. We have an arrangement with them. So we give them around 1 lakh per year for maintaining of our website. Diamond Jubilee expenses, we have taken care of Diamond Jubilee expenses regarding the cultural night and all, and we have spent 1,54,000 regarding that. Banyan Tree project, it was a project that was planned and envisaged by our president and NIT Raukala director. So we have given NIT and then Dean AIAR. We have handed over a check of 5 lakh regarding that. Depreciation, we have bought some assets for our incubation center and offices. So there is a depreciation of 34,997. So excess of expenditure is around 2,03,000. Being a non-profit organization, we need to spend at least 5 to 6 lakhs. We have to have expense of surplus of 5 to 6 lakhs per year. I think this year we have achieved 2 lakhs more than the expense. Next year we have to take up some projects that Asutosh has very clearly has shown what are the projects we need to do in the next coming year, or rather this financial year, so that the expense we can incur expense of more than 7 to 8 lakh, than more than our income sources. So that's it. If you have any question regarding the statement, you can ask. Then the schedule C, you can see what are the assets we have procured and how the depreciation is occurring, what is the rate of depreciation. And in schedule E, you can see all the bank accounts we currently have and how much interest we are getting out of it. And we are this year we have updated all these fixed deposits to higher rate of interest. Earlier it was around 6.2 to 6.5. Presently we have converted all the fixed deposits to 7.2 interest. So it was a good step to maximize the revenue generation. Thank you. Thank you all.
We proceed to the next agenda points. Yeah, regarding the appointment of auditor for the year 2023 and 2024. Yeah. Proposal.
I think, please.
So it was proposed, suggested by sir, and the EC has to take a call on that in the corresponding. But I think, yeah, because there were issues regarding this income tax, how much has to spend and so on. And then again, the IT return has to be filed. So it took around 3 months. And no, that is yeah.
But I think probably of course, that's evident. Once the proposal is figured out, theoretically, could have been. But while implementing it, we found that I think I'm going to elaborate this. You sit there, you speak on the speak. That's all.
Hello.
Thank you for this, good observation. Actually, the suggestion was very good, and because continuing a particular auditor for a long time, it's not desirable as per any institutional governance. But however, while trying to implement it, we found famous of certain difficulties. I think Asutosh, you could please explain what are the difficulties. So therefore, we thought that let us continue with that, and then we'll see in the next AGM. So Asutosh, please explain.
So actually, as per the income tax rules, we had to spend some of the fundings for the next 5 years to avoid the taxation and so on. And there were for the last 5 years, there has been some income over expenditure, and that needs to be spent. And those models, we had to take it up from the auditor to see what all things we have to spend in the right time and so on. And before our EC, the last EC, they had made some different savings, this fixed deposits only for that purpose. And it was very important for us to also understand when that has to be used, how that has to be, and so on. Then came the banyan tree also. So we gave this 5 lakh rupees because we had to spend that around 5.5 lakh rupees. So all these we were able to understand, and that took some of time, like around 2 or 3 months and so on. And after that, we had to also file our tax return by September 31st. And the same auditor did the filing also. So as the time progressed, we saw that it was already over about 4 to 5 months, and it doesn't make sense for the new auditor to come back again. Initially, we were also like both of us, we came to the EC in this position also after very newly, and we wanted that support also to streamline the things and so on. So that was the only reason behind it. Otherwise, there is no such we could find challenge in doing that.
Auditor also, they have a system also, as I understand. New auditor will appoint, will give you a letter, and after that, the new auditor will take clearance from the old auditor. If you say NOC has been taken by the new auditor from the old auditor. The old auditor will give the NOC, then only new auditor will take over auditor. It's a process and it's a system. And after that, there is also a systematic handover from the old auditor to the new auditor. So there would not have been any problem. Obviously, we have discussed all these things. Maybe I might have also missed it. Anyway, if you are, let us continue with the new auditor, which we have right after. Yes.
Hello.
What is necessary? Absolutely. I mean, it is, but I think I just discussed before the management of the AGM. I just discussed with our. He had some other. He mentioned certain practical things. Said that continuance of the auditor is. Would you like to? Yeah. Actually,
Can you use the mic?
Because it's so we must, take it all.
ଭାଷା କହୁଛି କଣ ଷ୍ଟେଜରେ ବସିଛନ୍ତି ଇଏ ଆସିନା
We faced a peculiar situation, and in our 26 AIS, we got few of the income sources that we never have discovered of. Like 97 we have done a silver study. They have taken sponsorship from some of the corporate companies or the
କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସୁବ୍ରତ ଧକେଇଛି ବୋଲି ଏ ବର୍ଷ ପୁରା ନିଟ୍ରା ଧକେଇ ଯାଇଛି କଣ ଏଇଟା ନିଅ ଆଗେ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ରଖ
Yeah, sir. Mute kar do.
by default.
Sir, yeah, everyone can be on mute, please, sir.
So we don't know who have deposited this amount in through our bank. So, but the auditor, being very experienced and with our affair, he pointed out maybe the silver jubilee batches might have done it, and he coordinated with the Biswajit sir and taken his audited account, audited their account, 97 batch account, and they he made the report again. If the auditor is not well versed with all the batches, all the general secretaries, general secretaries, then it will be very difficult situation for all of us. He deals with Himanshu Chautar, the Biswajit sir, the ex-secretary. They know which batches, who are the people, and how they are doing it. So it's a welcome suggestion, but we are in comfort in the hands of Mr. Tigrawal. That's what I came to know this year. This was my past experience. And being a non-profit organization, so what is the so much need for a change of auditor? Auditor basically doing from the income tax, he is getting all the details and he is auditing our account. And our accounts are basically, we are not spending so much amount. Maybe monthly once or twice you are spending some huge amount. We are getting mainly out of the fixed deposits and we are expending some bigger roles to the NIT or giving better checks to NIT. So I don't see a major role of the auditor in a non-profit organization like us. So as per my view, if you consider he is well versed with all the president, past secretary, it's better to continue with him rather than a new guy and then we have to explain him the whole structure of NIT, whole chapter structure of NIT. It will be very not a difficult task, but a little task for all of us.
Here I want to like about the Mr. Tigrawal. It's a really very potential man and trade of exam. Because as a minor and when you have accounting, till now, every time he will say any dispute or anything, but after minor, he said, you know. So this time is secretary taken to like. I think with the depends of all of his members, he is the most clear picture and so far. Like I said, no government policy, but so far I know it's good. The brothers have
No, sir, actually,
I have a small interruption here.
a small insertion here. He has suggested for a change of auditors. And Sampath was telling that he is comfortable with the existing auditor. Actually, in practice, that will be a good team of auditors. Maybe by rotation, people change. That gives a transparency to the organizations. Now, what he has suggested last year, our and I am very comfortable, confident that if you make a homework and take their consent to take up the job. Have you taken the consent of our to take up the job? If you have taken, then interim period, you should have talked to him and get them appointed, because they have an office here also. They can take up the job in a very comfortable manner and let the Timber and company, they be in the panel. Maybe there will be a rotation in the auditor, but one auditor cannot continue for long years. That is ethically not correct.
Yeah, I mean, very right, sir. I mean, we have heard. I mean, any other views? I mean, on this matter? Any other views? Anyone wants to speak? Okay, sir. I would like to draw your kind attention as I mean, what is being suggested, the change of auditor, as I mentioned earlier, that is the rule of governance. We don't deny it. We don't deny that. But, sir, as Sampath has already said, our transaction is very, very low, minimal, and we are a non-profit body. We go by, the acquaintance rather than the practice, So, as Saurabh Babu has already said, that he knows much better than Kumar Babu. It's the thing. That only, a sense of business with the auditor. So, I mean, the AGM is all empowered to take any decision. So, we would request that because Saurabh Babu is comfortable, Kumar Babu is comfortable, the current treasurer is comfortable, why not we continue with the comfort factor, provided the members agree. I mean, it's not a compulsion, provided the agree. No, that's not. We're not going very critical with that.
And better we should do with a different auditor, and we could, I think, change our bylaws also, that every 2 years we should change our auditor or something like that. Should be there in the mind. That is my proposal.
Actually, rule of governance is every 3 years. Normally, in all other bodies, as we have found out, every 3 years there is a provision of state report. But AGM has the power to, dislocate that. AGM has the power to 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, another 3 years. So it is the AGM. AGM is super. So again, I am putting forth. I mean, that's right. We understand that there should be a change in the law. Please. Okay, right. Please. We need we need an opinion on this. Because this is very. Guru Babu, what you are telling is very right. There is no denying the fact, whatever we are mentioning. Only we are taking a comfort factor, they are a personal factor. That's all, nothing beyond that. Right.
But sometimes it has done something.
Okay, so then typically 8 months. So, Saurabh Babu, will you allow that we should continue with it until our term is over? No, please. No. You see, in AGM, every member is important. That's the spirit of AGM. Let it be. The spirit is that nobody should be done under. It's a request. It's a request. That's all. Nothing about that. That's the spirit of AGM. That is true. So our submission is because as our treasurer has already said that he is very comfortable. So if you allow to another 8 months, so that his term is over. That is his request.
This is actually the election is likely in the month of February. We are already in होगा मार्च में इलेक्शन होगा
जनवरी में नोटिस होगा.
so during that period, you know, we are already end of August. So September, October, November, December, and just 5-6 months only left. I know. Yeah, but that is my personal suggestion. Since it has not been done, it has not been done. इसमें actually हमको एक बोलना है. Swarup was suggested last time in the AGM. There and there. But subsequently, how it has slipped, I do not know actually. And then Swarup also has not pointed out in the EC. He is a member of the EC. Subsequently, हम लोग वो थोड़ा हमको देना चाहिए था. That you have not given.
Yeah.
So, sir, what is the final?
As I requested the August members of the AGM that please allow us to continue with that. That's our request. Provided you agree to agree. That's all. Because you are all, you know, your decision is final ultimately by me.
Yeah, I would like to say one thing. Yes, he should continue. And during the next meeting, before the election, when it is conducted, that is by general meeting, during that period, let us take a call whether one new team will come, obviously. So at that time, immediately they will take a call on that. So the financial year at least will be completed. And the new financial year, when the new team takes over, they will take a call. So it will be a perpetual and continuous thing. And second, I want to know about the statute of a chartered accountant being appointed, whether it is a non-profitable organization or profitable. Then what does the statute say? If it says that yes, it can be continued, then probably there is nothing wrong in having continued this statute. There is no problem. This is my view. That's it. Thank you.
So we need the final decision from the honorable members. Are we permitted to continue? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, no. We understand the spirit of Guru Baba. I mean, I never deny that. I never deny that. What is suggestion is that this should be mentioned that this is for this tenure, but the new tenure, the auditor has to be changed. This sentence has to be changed. That is the view.
Okay, so thank you. So we move to the next proceeding. Now I would request Professor Sahu to address the gathering with his words on how we collaborate with NITRAA and NITRAA.
On this, this vision and action plan for NITRAA in 2023-24. First of all, we are having the presence of our Dean Alumni, and he will first make his presentation, and then I would request our honorable members to speak on this, but the time being restricted, so I would request to restrict the time to 5 minutes, but not for you. Not for you. That timing limit is not for you. But for me, please, because he is our interface. He is our interface. So there should not be any time limit for the Dean Alumni. But for the members, it should be 5 minutes. Okay? Is that acceptable to all? Yes. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Sri Ashok Kumar Basa, President NITRAA, Subrata Acharya, Vice President NITRAA, General Secretary Ashutosh Naik, Sampath, Treasurer, all the past presidents and secretaries, different chapter presidents and secretaries, fellow NITRAANs, and all those NITRAANs who are present online. I express my gratitude towards each and every one of you present here for taking some of your time up to be here this morning for the annual general body meeting of NITRAA. We know that it takes a lot to take some time off from your busy schedule to come over, and that too on a Sunday morning when many of you usually have some special plans. We have come a long way from about 120 students in 1961 to more than 8,000 students. Of course, the sanction strengthening being more than 10,000, including more than 300 foreign students now. Year by year, we continue to rise, which is reflected in our rankings. To achieve all this, we have a conducive environment for the growth of our students. We have experienced faculty, dedicated students, and the labs. However, to sustain all these in the present scenario is a challenge. And if in every challenge, there lies the opportunity. Our alumni are spread across the globe and have excelled in multiple roles in the society, industries, in different regions, different countries. Many of you, in fact, hold key positions in diverse sectors where you have a major influence in the decision-making process, also as an individual. Your expertise, your positions, and your influence can help in the growth of our institute. Your most needed support to the institute in the form of funds, resources, and mentorship is vital for the growth of our students as well as our institute. There is a perception that NIT Rourkela receives good amount of funding from the government, which is a myth. Of course, we did get some grants initially when REC got converted to NIT to boost the infrastructure, but thereafter there has been a steady decline. To give you some facts, we received a grant of approximately 28 crores for developmental grants in financial year 22-23, and in the current financial year, we have received 18 crores. For different developmental activities such as procurement of equipment, construction of an indoor stadium which is going on with different sports facilities, we have taken a loan from IFA. IFA stands for Higher Education Funding Agency. It's a joint venture company of Canara Bank and Ministry of Education, Government of India. It provides financial assistance for creation of educational infrastructure and R&D in India's premier educational institutions. So in the first phase, we have received rupees 60 crores, about 64 crores in fact, 3 years back. And in the second phase, we are expected to receive rupees 165 crores, totaling about 229 crores. And as per the norms, we have to pay back 10% of it every year. So that comes roughly about 23 crores. We have to pay that too from our IRG. What is our IRG? Our IRG is roughly about rupees 50 crores. And out of that 50 crores, we are paying 23 crores for the payback towards HIPAA. So out of the balance 27 crores, about 22 crores goes towards the recurring expenses. So the balance about 5 crores is available for the developmental activities from our IRC. And this is where we need the support of our alumni. So far, majority of the contributions by the alumni, as in fact, some of which were pointed out by Ashutosh in the General Secretary's report, is in the form of endowment scholarships, chair professor positions, provision of washing machines in hostels, coffee vending machines in the department and offices, playing equipment for children, providing financial support to students of different clubs under Student Activity Center in order to make them participate in different events, both at the national as well as international level, and helping the poor needy students to continue with their studies. Of course, our alumni have been instrumental in supporting campus placement and internships, etc. Professor Vibhuti Naik, our current head of Career Development Center, Professor Saroj Patel, Professor H.K. Naik, Professor Santanu, and myself, we do make it a point to influence our alumni to recruit as much as possible beyond the target given by their company. And to tell you the truth, we have been successful to a great extent. The recent example being Bajaj, where the target was 5, we ended up with 9, if I'm correct. I would like to put on record the concerns shown by our alumni who voluntarily came forward. When last month it came in the media that NIT Rourkela rejected the admission of a potential student from Kendrapada who could not pay the admission fees. Immediately, we did receive a lot of calls, a lot of messages, and many of our pledged to support the student for his admission, including the alumni from Jamshedpur chapter. Let me tell you that the student was not eligible for admission to NIT Rourkela as per our norms. He had to have 75% marks in physics, chemistry, and maths, which he didn't have. But in spite of that, we got all the news in the media. This was a prerequisite for admission in NIT system. Moreover, he didn't contact any of the authorities in the institute, neither the people in the CSAP regarding admission. However, this particular incident has given us hope that our alumni are willing to contribute, provided we have a noble cause. What the institute needs now more is in the infrastructure front. If you have visited our hostels recently, you may have noted the acute shortage of accommodation for our students. 2 students are now accommodated in rooms meant for a single student. We are unable to provide accommodation, single room accommodation, even to PhD students now. Of course, we have started the process for construction of 2 hostels, one for boys and one for girls, but that will not be sufficient. Our current student strength, as I said, is more than 8,000, whereas we have comfortable accommodation probably for about 4,500 students. Apart from this, we have planned to implement a number of projects for which the institute needs the support from the alumni. And on the forefront of these projects after the hostels, the first one I'll tell is the establishment of a high performance computing lab, whose cost would be of the order of about 40 crores. And this proposal is in the nascent stage, but this infrastructure will be created where we plan to have a dean of our research probably heading this. And there should be, as per my proposal, there should be nominated members from NITRAA, maybe 2 nominated from NITRAA, 2 from NITRAA, and there could be faculty from computer science, the departments, and maybe some other prominent alumni who could guide this venture. Apart from this, the other proposals in the pipeline are the Diamond Jubilee Monument, which we have not been able to construct in spite of our intent. The food waste to energy project. In fact, this process has been started. Now we are terming it as a biomethanation plant. We are proposing to start with 1 ton per day capacity, and we in fact plan to put it by December. And in the next 5 years, we want to upgrade it to 2 tons per day capacity. The target is to collect all the food waste from all the hostels, generate the methane, convert it to gas, and supply initially to one of the major hostels for cooking. And the rest part will be for the generation of fertilizer. We have already called the quotations. We will soon finalize this. Initially, we are expecting it would be of the order of about 70 to 75 lakhs. We do have a seed money of about 15 lakhs. So right now we are trying to get the balance amount from different sources. And if the alumni can help, it will be good. There is another point in this venture also, this as well as electric vehicles and solar panels, is this will also meet our requirement about our plans of sustainable development goals. You know, this is also a criteria now in meeting the requirement of different rankings, including that of QS ranking. In our website, we have now put our plans of sustainable development goals and climate action plan, climate mitigation plan. The other projects which are on the pipeline are the banyan tree projects, which is currently underway. Solar corridor. This project is to provide street lights with digital signage boards. In the initial phase, we want to put this from the institute main gate to the south guest house. Next is a multi-purpose electric van with 20-seater having solar charging station. Next is astroturfing the hockey grounds and creation of running tracks. We want to develop our medical facility at the Institute Health Center. Create central laundromats, 4 units for boys hostels and 2 units for girls hostels, each unit having 50 washing machines. Rainwater harvesting and surface water conservation measures and wastewater treatment facility. This is in addition to a number of other ventures which are already underway, which includes the endowment scholarships, the different awards or medals, the student research travel fund, and also the creation of student distress relief fund. So on behalf of the institute, as well as on behalf of the Office of Alumni, Industry and International Relations, I assure you all support from our side. If required, our director, Professor Rao, is willing to travel. If required, is prepared to travel in spite of the physical education. Our General Secretary, Ashutosh Naik, is aware of his commitments and the amount of travel he is required to make and he is doing, or the effort he is putting in to get some support from different agencies. So with your influence, with your connections, even if there is a slightest hope that we'll get some funding from somewhere, we are prepared to go that extra mile to achieve the goal. As I said in the beginning, we have challenges, but every cloud has a silver lining. And I am hopeful that with the concerted effort of the Institute, NITRAA, we will be successful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So sir has already set the tone for the next agenda point, which is the vision and action plan for NITRAA 2023-2024. So we will now request our members to share their opinion points on this. So we can start with Bimal sir. Okay.
Hello. NITRAA role recently, I got a phone call from our director Varisab's nephew. You must be knowing. Just 2 days ago, he called me. Sir, my name is in the nominee of the State Bank of India, NIT chapter, the main branch. But bank manager telling you are niece or you are Bhanja Kishan Dega, only Bhanja will what the letter. Then he rang me off. So that helps you. Should be there for a man coming from Bihar to take over. I will give them a first or any other. Second thing, I will tell one thing. Every year they are doing 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, they are about our file. All recently 2-3 batches they are doing. I mean to say that no doubt it may be NITRAA money or institute, let go to institute. But that 2-3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, so many years have dropped in the state. That should be regularized. It will nearly 30-40 lakhs will become calculated. That money should go to institute. I request you. So many, this year Santanu Vera will be doing that, 5 lakhs will be there. His sister will, whatever people collected, all the time can donate to institute. Third thing about Dr. Saul told about that project in hostel project. Yesterday I talked to our NITRAA ethics inspector, director technical, and MDC Dilip Mahanti. He asked about the details of the projects. So this type, whatever they are, all these type, I mean to say that maybe whatever deposited your money is coming in the NITRAA accounts. But people are now, they are telling, will give to institute only 1,000, 2,000 for it, that will can give. But about major money, all are want all everybody institute that I also institute they about institute there should be a master plan. Because 5 lakh they have the money and take a project. That should be micro plan.
The committee should be there. If whatever money NITRAA will give anybody, if that should be checked. That is the right. About the money is concerned, recently Seattle there is a ceremonial there will be amalgamated units. I requested director what I told 3 days government has given permission for director that time is very short, so he denied this time. So government is giving 7 days permission, 3 days जाना लगेगा, तो 4 दिन में क्यों जाए? तो मेरा बोलने का मतलब ये है कि every one of annual should go with directors, not now this next time when annual because they are ready to help us. If director will go, their importance will be different. Everybody should realize this. So that will be a Seattle meeting 2 months back it was decided. So we need funds, and moreover, alumni they decided let them take decision कि हम hostel का कुछ % देंगे बनाएंगे कुछ करेंगे. थोड़ा सोचिए from this. नहीं तो हम लोग का फंडिंग अभी गवर्नमेंट जैसे recently I wrote to धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी NIT में नेविगेशन एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग डाटा साइंस क्यों नहीं खोला अभी तक आप बड़ा बात बोलते हैं गुजरात में खाली गुजरात में फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी होगा टैब होगा आपका ओडिशा में क्यों नहीं हो रोड टू मोदी रिक्वेस्टेड कि ओनली इन गुजरात फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी दिया अभी रिसेंटली गुजरात में फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी दिया सेकंड थिंग आई टोल्ड डायरेक्टर look our one of the colleague daughter recently took admission in NIT she is doing online data science course from Chennai IIT online you will be in NIT from Chennai IIT you will get the alumni a degree so that should be courses should come up 10 lakhs 50 lakhs to be money and then abhi to time system is changing a dual degree they are doing in ceramic or computer science degree from other that should be open they should open the hostel to zarurat nahi hai online course that should be our I am telling Bhavani Pandit daughter I am very proud that he is alumni daughter alumni she is doing online courses from Chennai IIT data science and you will get degree from Chennai IIT this is how to get the money that idea should be also alumni and NITRAA vision plan I want to say that every vision plan we need to follow that रोकड़ा मैं रोकड़ा का बात कर रोकड़ा आ जाएगा तो विजन प्लान डेफिनेटली हो वो तो होगा and all database are there from master main thing in database is we should check from all this that is what we do.
This is Sharad sir. We are in a phase of planning out the MOU that will happen for future Jubilee celebrations. So what we have decided, and it will be formally approved in next upcoming EC, that 15% of amount, whatever the amount the batch will collect for their celebration, 15% of amount we will keep for ourselves, for NITRAA. Then we will have authorization to close their account also. At the end of the month of March, at the end of the financial year, we'll have a signed document from them that we'll close your account on this date. And 15% of amount and to which account that amount will also go will be mentioned over there. But they have the right to say where we want to spend it, that 15% of amount, whatever left over. They can say to us that we want to spend on this infra project or what project. They will write it down. We will have a MOU signed between all the batches that will upcoming Silver Jubilee celebrations. We sign it and we'll have authorization to close their account and we will take 15% of the amount they have collected for their account. So this is the decision for the upcoming batches we will take.
All money here. Nearly 10 lakhs from my batch. It feels down. How to revise?
Vimal, you said that batches are doing this Silver Jubilee and then they're transferring the money to NITRAA. You are wrong with that. It's absolutely wrong. In the amount, the surplus amount never gets transferred to NITRAA. Let me finish. As I know, he is the treasurer, he is in a position to tell better. The collections, whatever the batches are doing for their Silver Jubilee, they are utilizing the ban of NITRAA, collecting the money, and the surplus also they are handling. It is not, never comes to NITRAA. So please stand corrected in that. Okay, that's a very wrong statement that you are taking the money, NITRAA is taking money from the batches. No, No money from the batches come to NITRAA. Let it be very clear to everyone. Okay? Thank you.
We have requested some of the batches to close their account, and whatever money is there, either to spend with NIT, or they can have a proposal to us, give it to us, because we need to close their account at least. Because the accounts are incurring fixed deposit interest, and that interest is coming on our 26 AIS. So we need to either close their account, or we need to spend that money on something for NIT or other students or faculty. So we have requested the batch members who are signatories to open the account. But going on forward, we have to make a proposal that the signatory, we will have the authority to close their account. So, and we can, we are planning to propose that. That difficulty is that in audit account, no, sir. We need to show what is the expense, how we are getting that expense, and how we are spending it. Because I don't know how they got the money and how they spent the money as well. So that is the difficulty I'm getting facing in the audit reports actually. How they spent it, how do I know where they spent it?
Actually, what is happening is whenever the silver jubilee batch, when they're coming, they are supposed to open a bank account. And once you are making a bank account, the bank transaction has to be replaced and they have to provide a PAN number. So they are requesting NITRAA to give the PAN number. So the moment NITRAA gives the PAN number, any transaction, whether they are receiving and they're spending, it comes to our PAN number. So now the difficulty is why we have thought of charging 15%, because the difficulty is once is over, they are not closing the bank account. So the responsibility in the balance sheet, it gets reflected in the NITRAA. So now NITRAA has to explain where the money has come and how they are spent. So in order to get rid of this confusion, so there was an initial discussion. Probably it has not been accepted initially, but we are thinking that 15% of the total collection should come to NITRAA because they are using the NITRAA PAN number. So thereby strengthening NITRAA, and 85%. Whatever they are spending this kind of thing, they should say that whatever way they are spending, and that has to be closed. The account has to be closed. We are very serious in closing the account because I think from the next year onwards, we will discuss on this matter and regularly, because previously PAN didn't have any effect, but after this current government, the PAN has a strong repercussion, and tomorrow for somebody else's mistake, we may be penalized. So that is why we are taking it. Please. Red band.
Take a system and procedure.
Agreed.
If that's they will follow that.
Yeah.
Apply to and whatever they follow. And ultimately the account is to be closed.
Very good.
Then the system will be closed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you are right. So this is very, very important.
Second, another thing. Any type of procurement or anything you are doing from the NITRAA, you need to follow a particular procurement procedure. We don't have any procedure. Let us make a procedure. That procedure is followed. What procurement?
What you are saying, but this procurement is so small in amount that if you follow the RSP procedure,
No, I'm not saying.
getting free quotations, etc., then it will lose your time. क्या procure किया है? To tell you very openly, probably you are pointing out the procurements have been done for the NITRAA. But let me. So 5,000 रुपया का लिए. ठीक है. Okay.
The last 10 years, we have spent 45 lakhs of rupees for purchasing washing machine, vending machine, and playing equipment in the campus. We have followed a total procedure. It's a very simple procedure.
Okay. Yeah, but what Surubabu is telling you very right. There has to be a procedure,
Yes.
and procedure will be subject to our convenience. So EC and AGM will approve that. I think there is nothing wrong in having procedure. I agree with that.
I have one or two suggestions that we finish it before how.
Okay. Carry on.
Hostel requirement for the hostel.
About the hostel requirement, our the was saying.
Great.
One idea was just coming to my mind. In fact, I had discussed with Ashutosh for some time back. South Plus Steel Plant has got a lot of hostels or guest house type of things in the steel council. Why not we approach till we make a hostel, proper hostel in the NIT campus? Why not we approach about RSP management for giving that facility, hostels like Hillview or they have it, something like that. So that can be used as a commuting facility can be arranged by the college for transporting the students. That is one thing I wanted to say. And in the since I have I'm from the IT background, I would like to be associated in the high computing lab. If it is okay, I can give my whatever knowledge or anything I have, I can share that. Like Vimal was already saying that also I wanted to say the Daniel Street project we have given money, we have some fund we have given to the college, but we don't know how it's getting spent or what is the method of monitoring that kind of things. That also should be something should be there in our NITRAA. So if the process of monitoring, suppose we spend some or give donation to the fund, some to college, institute or something for a particular purpose. What is our method of monitoring those kind of things? What is the progress and all? Somebody from the NITRAA side should be assigned with that kind of job and monitor. I will tell you on this. Let me complete all my points. The thing we have, I don't know whether we should be getting some batch-wise some amounts. I think by now about 5 to 6 years we are not getting any contribution of the students from the college, which should be given, which was given earlier. We have not yet received. Maybe running in course or something like that. That we should be doing something, some letter or something should be given, and we should take up with NIT Routela with the institute to get that money to function. Basically, we ultimately, even if we get back those money, we will be spending on the institute only. So that's why we should get back that money, and we have to explain them what project. We have to first maybe we have to do some plan some project for the institute and say that this money, please utilize this money in this project. So automatically it becomes NITRAA. We come to NITRAA, NITRAA will spend on that project. So that is how we can get back that money. So we have to make a scheme for that. Then another thing is one thing which I had already mentioned in the last EC meeting. Because of I don't know what we have lost 50,000 rupees from the NITRAA Bhavan, which we would have got from the World Cup hockey. Maybe we did apply for something like that. We by the side of our NITRAA Bhavan, there is a Indian Institute of Materials Management guest house is there. They wrote a letter to the RSP management and they got about 50,000 rupees, which we have lost. It's a lost opportunity, and it was decided to write better late than never. To write a letter last time it was decided. Probably we must have written the letter, but we should take up that one to get some money. That's my point.
Regarding that money,
reply kar do.
Mr. Surup actually is the EC also we have explained. I'm talking about the banyan tree. Banyan tree, how it became. It was a desire of the director in the first meeting with the director, with the outgoing president, Haruna, and the incoming president, Mr. Bhatta, and we were also there. That as a pilot and small project, please take up this banyan tree project. So immediately we decided we will take up that project. And then we also thought that we should monitor that project. We thought we should have a project manager. In fact, we wanted to do the job ourselves. Then it was realized that to do the job ourselves, NITRAA cannot take up the project work directly inside the campus. It has to be done through the state department. And the easier part will be to transfer the amount and do the whole job to the state department. And they will place the order, they call for the quotation, they place the order and they start the job. So as told, as consciously decided by both NIT as well as NITRAA, the money, the first installment, 5 lakhs has been given to them to place order on the contractor and start the job. He has started the job. And time to time only we are going there and taking photographs and discussing what is the problem. Now, further, as you are saying that there should be a mechanism to monitor the progress, that mechanism is that our people who locally who are available from NITRAA are going there and discussing with the state department and monitoring. There is some issue there for the faster progress of the can you tell that what is the issue?
I think already we had a discussion with Dean Alumni last evening. I think now that he has taken over, there are certain Pankaj Babu is also there, he's there or the thing. So now they have taken over and the little bit gap which is there, they will try to come. So I don't think those kind of detailed discussion is desirable. So yeah, it is under our monitoring, but there are certain procedural things inside the NITR. So which we have got experience from the Dean and they are taking it very seriously. And as our Vice President already said, that during our first meeting with the director, we thought, our ultimate aim is to get the money from the director, as Durga said. So we thought that the director should be convinced that at least for a small project, Alumni Association is coming forward. So immediately we said that 5 lakhs we are sending it, and also 15 lakhs budgetary sanction is also there. The moment they will say that further money is required, that money will again will be done. So that is the answer.
Hello. I have just one question for Dean and Alumni.
Regarding that, during that time, the AGM has district magistrate has requested us for this NITRAA one, and during that time we took a call that we will not ask for a money or anything regarding that because it was for a novel cause. We decided to forfeit all the rent amount for that. I don't know if later how it can be decided individually. You're not answering problem. Individual cannot derive from 50,000 rupees is not a small amount.
Initially it was thought to be a free service because the building belongs to RSP. They have requested for this fee and we never knew that they are going to give some rent also. But then when it was pointed out in the meeting, I think last CC meeting, Dharupat pointed out that 50,000 rupees has been given to Indian Institute of Materials Management Guest House. So if they can get 50,000, why we should not get? So accordingly, it was decided secretary will write a letter. Has it been done or not? That's all. That's all.
So the point is that the IM chapter, they have given the accommodation to the Hockey Federation and they have received it. But our accommodation was used by the district administration. Earlier, they wrote a letter to take it from the Hockey Federation, but later on, document didn't take it. It was taken by the district administration.
No. Both the houses, accommodation was handed out to Route Class Management.
No, later on, sir. No, sir. No, we have given it.
अभी ये इलेक्शन होगा ना तो गवर्नमेंट को ले ले उसके तो परेशानी पूछा लेना
Actually, I have a small question for Dean Alumni. You have written vision and action plan for NITRAA 23-24. But there is something called long-term plan, there is something called short-term plan. 23-24, what you have said is okay. We had a program to improve the NIRF ranking to at least below 10. And for that, we have initiated some Vision 25 programs, 8 pillars, concept and other things because of some COVID pandemic and all this, it was deferred or something like that. Are we going ahead in that line so that our long-term goal of bringing the status of NIT Rourkela below 10, are you going in that direction? Thank you.
The Vision 2025 plan, as I understand, was being led by Omagua. And after his demise, I think we have gone slow on that. So some of those plans are reflected here, but entirely I think we are on a dormant stage on that. That we initially decided the 8 pillars. But some of the pillars, for example, recruiting high quality faculty, some of these pillars are being implemented. For example, for the Seattle Convention, as was pointed out, the director was supposed to travel. It was linked to that we will also talk about, speak about that. That he has now, of course, I think he is traveling to US in May for a longer duration, where the NITRAA will facilitate his meeting in several cities. That is what has been planned.
Correct, actually. Ashutosh is aware of all these 8 pillars and he was totally involved in the activities that time, I remember. All these 8 pillars are very much pertinent and applicable even now.
I understand.
And the ultimate objective is to bring out NIRF ranking to below 10. That was our objective. Please ensure that it is done in that direction. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I will speak to our director, but if you, I think it will take a longer time if I talk about NIP, because in NIP, in almost all parameters, we are ahead of, let's say, Trichy or Praka. But the one parameter where we have gone down drastically is perception, where the alumni can help in a major way. The perception, majority of the perception will come from alumni. Comes from that.
But you work out some plan how to improve the perception. There will be a focus on improving the corporate perception. In this year, all activities, such activity has not been included. I just request you to include those things also. Thank you.
Okay, I will do that.
Sir, good. I think sir,
good morning, everyone. It's a proud feeling to be in among the trans once in a while, and certainly the proud is mine today. Let me say that in a very long time, I have heard from a dean who spoke so nicely about what the institute wants. Himanshu, congratulations for that. And saying so clearly, so loudly in front of the alumni, who are actually a big part of what the institute building process. Congratulations for that. But I'm a little let down by what the kind of discussions followed. He put forward a project, a bunch of projects, a vision for what institute or institute people want to see the institute in action with regards to academia, research, alumni relations, nation building. And after that, we are talking about 5,000 किधर से आएगा, 50,000 का क्या करेंगे? That kind of thing we are talking. We are talking pennies. We have been talking pennies. I'm sometimes it actually hurts that we are in this quagmire of things, who control what is the expenses that's going to be 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, can we make this, can we build that? But we are not looking at the big picture. We haven't been able to exploit the brand NITRAA that has been built over 50 years. This is Ashutosh, this is Subrat sir, this is Basa sir. This is the moment we should rise. We should at least the resident Indian Bengalians and Nitrans, they should be pulled together under one umbrella, and then they should do something substantial. And the way forward is to look that big and, generate a corpus that should run at least in seven figures or maybe 8 figures. 8 figures is the target. And if you are not able to do that, let's figure out, let's spend a day talking about how do we go about that. Let's do a brainstorm. We'll pay from our pocket to dine here, take food here in Router Club. We'll spend the whole day brainstorming what can we do to get to that 8 figure. If that requires that we build an NIT Rourkela Alumni Foundation, where the director would be in charge, the president NITRAA would be a member, and President NITRAA, Chairman NITRAA would be a member. And those 3 people will decide what needs to be done, and we'll start collecting funds. Some people, many spoke about our ability to collect funds. I can give you examples. I've been part to collection of funds on 4 or 5 occasions. And every time in a matter of 2 weeks, we've been able to collect at least 25 lakhs. And that is for a purpose. Purpose kya hai? One guy had to be undergone for cancerous cell that is to be removed on his knee. 2 weeks, 25 lakhs. One of our friends died. His family needs to be supported. 2 weeks, 20 lakhs. So people will donate when they find a cause for that. I think we are missing it then. We are concerned about, please pardon me, Saurabh Bhai, please pardon me, Bharat Bhai. We are concerned about how to get that 1,000 or 2,000 rupees from a graduating student. I think Professor Mishra, and we have talked about so many times, I'm fundamentally opposed to that one. I don't want a graduating student to pay 2,000 rupees and that is to be collected through the institute for membership. No, IIT Kanpur doesn't do that. No other IITs do that. No other great institute do that. But then that's what a different way. What my point is that we are talking about, we are invested in how to get that money from the graduating student. We are not looking at the big picture. We have had chairmen in public sector undertaking with chairmen and MDs and Navratnas and Bharatnas and all that. But we have not made concerted effort to reach out to them and get that small help to the issue. Someone is a chief secretary or a principal secretary in some organization. Can we, from that portfolio, can we direct back 20 lakhs or maybe 1 crore to the institute for doing some kind of research activities or involving students or skill development, or maybe make a school where ideas get trained, anything for that matter. What is there, whatever is there in the portfolio. We haven't been able to do that. Who could do that? People who are in the leadership, people who are actually, also said, we want this from you with folded hands. We have a big vision for the institute. Whatever we can, we are doing. You're asking about NIRF, sir? We are beating hands down every NIT. We got 18% in perception. Are we that bad? Who is getting our perception? Our alumni are getting our perception. Are we making newsmakers? The other day we talked about, we'll make sure that from NITRAA, we'll make one newsmaker every month. Are we doing that? We are not able to do that. We haven't been doing that. So there are many questions. I'm asking questions myself. I'm not accusing anyone. Am I doing my job right as an alumnus? So please don't take offense in what I say. What I'm saying is that it's time to reflect upon ourselves. What we do as individuals, what we do as groups. Then only we'll be making some substantial contribution. I'm done. Thanks. That's right. No. On it, that I said that is on a lighter note, sir. I cannot be talking very seriously all the time. Sir, yes, yeah.
That should not be crossed. You'll have a say.
Yes, President, sir, I just said on a very lighter note, I pass in comment in the name of Saurabh Bhai, my very dear Saurabh Bhai, and most respected Bharat Bhai. But that was on a lighter note. Okay. But rest of the things I was very serious. I think I'm done.
Please give the mic. Give the mic. Everybody will get it, but my request is, restrict to 5 minutes. Please restrict to 5 minutes so that we can interact, you know. Only we are talking is not important. Important is taking decisions after this suggestion.
See, what I wanted is that, what I wanted to stress is that about more than 5,000 alumni are not getting membership, have not got membership. So how to get all those? It is 5,000 is a lower figure. 1,000 is a peanut for me. I know, though I have retired with 33 lakhs only, I give in a lot of money whenever required. So that's not, I have a very big vision. I don't say that, express that, I know. I always, Sandeep Das only recently had sent a photograph of IIT Bombay, how much they have donated. I keep the track of how much, I have visited Kanpur IIT, how they are collecting money. I am very familiar with even IIT, our own Damodar Acharya has collected 15 crores in 2-3 months. So it's not that. Actually, I don't know. I have a big vision. I wanted that all should become a 8,000 and deprived from becoming. That's the only thing I wanted to stress. I don't care for this money what it will fetch.
Let us speak. We are going beyond and obviously timing.
Okay, so after this, Deepa madam.
Let her talk first.
I will speak. Please. Upon sir, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Basa sir, Acharya sir, Professor Dr. Himanshu, Asutosh, Sampath. Basa sir, and of course all senior NITRANs and my dear friends. I would like 2 permissions from Basa sir. I have got, will I be allowed to speak out my thoughts? A lot of churning keeps inside. So I would like to get the clarification, number 1. Number 2, I have only questions, not many solutions. And number 3, I promise I will stick to the 5 minutes. But Asutosh, you have written fellowship over dinner. I thought it will extend till dinner, or is it a Peter's level? Okay. I thought, okay, it will go till dinner, then why Basa sir is putting this restriction? The first point is, I'll speak in famous Kushwant Singh's words, with malice towards none. First point is, history of institute is definitely important for people like us. I am in the age group of 55 to 60, and I was calculating, first pioneer batch is graduated in 1965. So they must be 80. So I'm not very old, neither very young. So for us, knowing the history is very important. And as a pioneer NITRAN had also written, people who do not learn from history are condemned to repeat it. And someone else had also told, intelligent people learn from the mistakes of others. Clever people learn from their own mistakes, and we commoners keep on doing mistakes. Now, again, not as a votary of anyone, during, I think I was graduating, I am from the class of 89 metallurgy, and I beg apology on behalf of my batchmates that in spite of numerous phone calls yesterday and today morning, no one has turned. I'll speak on that later. So I think Silver Jubilee was in 89 or 88 when we were graduating. Biju Babu had come. I was there in the auditorium listening to him. He told, you people have studied in this NIT, which I had founded. Then later on, you will go to this RSP, which again I have founded. And he told how how RSP became the first steel plant. They landed on the hilltop and he convinced Pandit Nehru and one German. That story, rather the truth he told. And he put one question. You are all brilliant engineers from this NIT. Odisha is the richest state, but in mineral resources, why it is poor? So all of us, either whether we are from Odisha or have studied in NIT, do hold a lot of respect, irrespective of our age group. Say this Ashutosh Sampath youngsters, I am a middle level guy and many pioneers. We have all lot of respect for Biju Babu. But in fact, during WhatsApp chats, one very respected pioneer was writing Biju, Biju, Biju. So I did dare to ask him, sir, you have lot of respect for Professor Behra, and similarly your writings reflect lot of respect for Biju Babu. Then why do you write? Why don't you write Biju Patnaik or Biju Babu? Why do you write Biju? So, no, sir, 1 second. See, he told, I'll come to the plan. Yeah. Okay, sorry. There are some. He told, no, this is the way like I write. I am not aware of that. Okay, so then, so sometimes this WhatsApp fighting, what we perceive, makes us people a little aghast why it is going on. That is one. Number two is, like we have NITRAA, the main chapter, then we have NITRAA Rourkela, NITRAA Jamshedpur, NITRAA Vizag. So it was just coming to my mind, instead of having NITRAA, like there is an O, can we just make it NITRAA Overseas? That is one. Then third point is, I had taken your permission, sir, to talk out loud my thoughts. At times, when interacting with very senior people from NITRAA Overseas and from our own, I tell many seniors whom I know or my batchmates, why don't you take part in the elections? Many people tell somehow it's manipulated. So why this thought is coming? That we have to, I do not know. It may be totally wrong. So this thought has to be clearly eliminated from everyone's mind. Like if we want a age bar, we can have a age bar definitely. Then like during one this for local chapter, I think maybe the rules are not very clear. During local chapter for one for this this PG, like one member from PG, someone recommended my name, someone seconded. Then Professor Patel, our respected senior, told, no, he has done his BTech, so he cannot. It should be very clear. Like a member from PG, it should have been very clear. He should have done only PG, no UG. So nothing is clear. So those things need to be very clear. Then I am a votary of one person, one post, at least for those in service. And again, this is with malice towards none. And of course, there can be exceptions. Now, talking of with the apologies to Bimal sir, it's all Rokoda. At the end of the day, I do agree. But first is emotions. Now, emotions are with NITRAA, may not be with NITRAA. Like when I talk to my people, now we are having our school's Diamond Jubilee. We have a budget of 2 crores and we are almost halfway through within 1 month. And some of them are from NIT. When you talk to them, the question is there: Are we donating to NITRAA so that you people will have functions? Of course, they are not based in Rourkela. Or are we donating to the institute? Is the institute going to come up in some way? Will we have something social service, some clear-cut things? So someone was asking me, what has happened to that Perry school? Ambola, frankly, I do not know. Similarly, another very senior, maybe he is pioneer or maybe second pioneer, NITRAA was telling that I had donated some money long back. It should have been this amount by this time for a scholarship on my parents' name. Nothing happened. I told, no, sir, I am not in the committee, nor I do not know. So such thoughts are going on. So I would request the present team and the future team. So these thoughts should be clear. Now, as we know, okay, then I'll maybe I'll okay. Yes.
Who was asking what? We will answer to that.
Because the reason I could not tell the name because I'll tell in private to president because I have not taken his permission. I'll tell in private. I will tell in private. Okay. Thank you so much. And rest questions, I'll talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Continue with house. Okay.
So I have come and then all of the circle. Okay.
Now next
It has
is-
come back. I have got a vision to make NIT and NITRAA in the top of the world. So that the question is telling the number one, number two, we are in 10, I want to make it 1. And I am here to propose NITRAA AGM to take up a social service project as per clause 5.5 of our constitution, by which NITRAA and NIT will be known worldwide. The project is just to share the knowledge with world population how they can lead a stress-free, sorrow-free and peaceful life, for which every human being wanting and working hard. This knowledge is not available anywhere in the world. The knowledge is here in this book, which is translated to Dukkharu Mukti in Odia. The knowledge is here in this book, Stress-Free, Sorrow-Free and Peaceful Life, and it's translated book Dukkharu Mukti. Both books are now available on Amazon and Odia e-store. The Odia book is edited by our ex-president, Mr. B.B. Mohanty. NITRAA has to only recommend people to read and apply the knowledge in their family. With 40,000 of our engineers present all over the world, it will be very easy. As a matter of fact, our president, Mr. Basa, has already introduced it through the Raukela chapter. Chairman, Mr. Vimal VC, who arranged open a Odia book, for which I have contributed 1 lakh cash and 40,000 books buying from the publisher. The English book has opened just after COVID by the Dean Alumni, Dr. Sahu. The book is available all over the world, but no one knows about the book. Both book worth 30,000 is now available here. NITRANs can buy, can use, and the money can be used by NITRAA for Mr. Mishra's function taken place yesterday. Now I'll briefly inform you in 5 minutes the content of the book. Any amount of money or power or PhD degree can make you stress-free and sorrow-free. You have certainly experienced it. If not true, why is Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh suicide? Why a professor couple of Life Science Department of NIT Raurkela suicide in 2019? Why our last Prime Minister Vajpayee struggled in bed for 3 years? Okay. In the last 5 years, from 2018, 98 students, IIT, NIT, IIM, Kendra Vidyalaya suicide. 5 minutes. I will tell you, I am proposing a thing. Here is the cutting. No, I am just showing that people are suiciding. So they should be out of that. Okay. No government or any organization in the world knows how to be stress-free, though all governments are trying their best to alleviate poverty. After years of research, working with the top spiritual personalities, Sri Ravi Shankar, Art of Living and others, the book Stress-Free, Sorrow-Free Life, Peaceful Life is written. Only spiritual knowledge, if applied sincerely for 1 month in your family, you will be certainly stress and sorrow-free. You are being engineers, most intelligent person in this world can understand the things instantly. I say this as engineers play a vital role, all fields starting from agriculture, industry, medicine, space science, going to moon. Now NITRAA will play a vital role in spiritual field. The knowledge you have, including science, technology, or material energy, material knowledge, used for living only. If, it is called Vidya, lower knowledge. The knowledge of yourself, God, called Paravidya, is superior knowledge, that is Brahmavidya. Self-knowledge means to know about your body, intelligence, egoism, 10 senses, indriyas, 5 jnana indriyas, eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin, and 5 karma indriyas. Yeah. No, I'm giving a vision. This is a vision. This thing will take.
You already summarized it, the reason.
Okay.
Now, so detail, we can do it after the lunch time. We can do it.
Okay. Okay, sir. No problem. Okay.
Deepa madam, you are there? Can you just?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Please go on, carry on.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ashutosh, and a very good afternoon to all of you, all the senior alumni who are present here, and also my fellow Nitrans. We as alumni, we are all ambassadors of the Institute, and we carry a very great sense of connection and belongingness. That is what I would like to say, but there are many alumni who may not be able to experience this feeling. And that is just because their information or their whereabouts are not there in our alumni database. And we know that alumni database, it is a very, very vital tool, very important for the organization, for, the Institute and also for NITRAA. So if we look at the alumni information, if there is, what we can do is have a possibility where there is a single source of truth, and that same source, when I say single source of truth, that is the alumni database at a single location, and the same database is fed to the institute and the institute website, and also to the Alumni Association website, which is the NITRAA website. And this is not something which can be achieved over a single day. It is an ongoing process. It is a continuous process because there is a lot of upgradation which keeps on happening, changes which keeps on happening, and they need to be documented. They need to be put. The best way is each alumni updates the information by himself or herself. That is one of the best and the ideal ways. But that is something which is which does not happen in the true sense. So we as alumni need to do some things, and I think I would request all of you to come forward and to look at people, those who are the coordinators of the various batches, or maybe coordinators of the branches, to come together and do this as a very, very, very important and sacred exercise. And like I said, it cannot happen in a day. It needs to be a continuous affair. So for this to be a continuous affair, maybe we need to have online meetings. So somebody needs to take the initiative, maybe the Dean Alumni Affairs, or the other day I was talking to him, and he had lots of ideas of putting the database together. And I know that NITRAA, I have been talking to Ashutosh as well about this. So this is something that we really need to do. We can have meetings, we can have a regular exercises. Then there can be other methods of motivating the alumni. Something like sending personal felicitation letters to the alumni on the special occasions, maybe by the director and the NITRAA president. Somebody becomes a chairman, or somebody becomes a director, senior director, president, etc. So those kind of exercises can be done regularly. They would feel appreciated, remembered, and they'll participate more in the various activities. Like, we have this Vision 2030, and this database will actually aid to the building up of all those visions, is my opinion. And we could also use regular WhatsApp automation tools. Regular messages can be sent to the alumni. I am a alumni of other institutes as well, and we keep on, everybody uses WhatsApp these days, and we keep on getting messages from the institutes on WhatsApp, which keeps you in the loop, you know, always. So that is something that I think will help carry forward the vision that we have. And also there are some asks and projects which Professor Sahu was also pointing out, Dean Alumni Affairs. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, sir, so the next we go to Shimanti, sir.
अरे बॉसी की तो साउंड तो मेरे टिकट छिड़ा बाबा देंगे good morning and in chair President NITRAA Absurd Basan and my dear friends on the dais, my friends in front of me. I came here and looking at you, not at the dais, because I want this message to go. I have two things to say. I will not take more than 2 words. One is my suggestion, other is my. Please start the observation first. Somebody said, the WhatsApp group now in alumni field, some point of time it is getting dirtier. I think the admin should stop somewhere. Let it be the full extent of removing somebody temporarily or with 1 or 2 warning. The admin should be giving that liberty so that we are not engineers. We are not supposed to use a word which may hurt somebody. So that is up to this is my observation. My suggestion is NITRAA is a membership organization. Like we always say, in any NGO it is the membership. NITRAA is just to move. We are passed out from NIT. So we have 15,000 plus alumni worldwide. Our database got crashed. We did not take any effort to make the database back or something. Some has to be done. I request President to make a time frame because nothing you can achieve if you do not give a time frame. Maybe 6 months, maybe before your term ends. You will not get the database back. So we can contact our, because he has been doing, we can contact NIT, Asutosh. We can do that. Okay. This is the best thing we can do and make the organization. We want to make the best. Database has to. It is possible. Yeah. Then bylaw amendment. It is written by every 3 years. It has to be looked into. You have rightly said. It has been 10 years back. I remember when Arun was here in Raukela, then there was a lot of display, a lot of exposure to the people. It takes more than 3 to 4 months to get it approved. So let the initiation or decision be done today. That bylaw needs to be amended. Then you appoint a committee, whatever it is. Then very good thing. Santanu suggested. I was discussing creating a foundation that is the base of Indian organization. So today, when I was Rotary Governor, everybody thought, no, we cannot give because it was a COVID time. You know how much money it was collected? We have given more than $3.5 lakhs in that year, which is a record till now in the district. It is not that you have to apply and reach the people, they will donate. Create a foundation. And then you can always gift, which is called a directed gift. This money from the foundation will go to the issue for this purpose. You can do that. The bylaw can be made accordingly, foundation has got a different plan. That is a very good thing. And aiming for a bigger thing is always, all things, okay, Bharat Bhai said that collecting 1,000 rupees from the outgoing or 2,000 rupees is the beginning. But we should aim for the beginning has to be there, the root has to be there. But we can aim for the bigger things, bigger projects, ask for more money. Now, a lot of people are in CSR head, they can give. So those collections, many ways are there, different things are there, and that is more we have to see. You have been talking about vision. I want 24, 25, or if can extend by 1 or 2 years more. This foundation should be much richer than what we can expect. We can dream, then we can achieve. Let's create a hope. That is the path to attain hope. That's all. Thank you. Hello. Respected NITRAA President, sir, Vice President, sir, General Secretary, Treasurer, and all my esteemed senior, NITRAAns and brothers and sisters. So this is the matter, but again, when I come here, I was thinking your time is very limited. Dear friends, we have traveled. S.K. Narayan, sir, he was, you have seen, he was in the Golden Jubilee. He's no more today with us. Dear friends, life is very mysterious. So when you meet, a vision is very important, but for that you have to fit yourself to make a vision, make a history. And almost all NITRAA, almost all chapter, all stations we have created history. Please appreciate those people who have done it. Please tell by person or thought if I have a mistake or if we have a mistake. So that's the value of sports I was just observing. So it's very little chance to meet each other if we have or if we have no clarity or to directly tell just when Subrat Bhai and Basa Bhai told, you have worked as General Secretary several times. What about your Vice President, External Vice President? Why chapter is not activated? When I talked them personally, within 1 week, I could activate almost all chapters. They came out with the WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a wonderful track to achieve anything. But this is it needs some handling. Time is very important. Directory is the must to come or to be connected. That without directory, without watching it is not possible. For human touch, if somebody is telling something, please tell it politely, tell it freely, so that nobody is important or nobody, everybody are equal. We are NITRAAns, we are brothers and sisters. Because we have worked in different platforms. I am very happy. Several times I do a lot of things, papers, media. Once I did because once I did a small thing, it is reflected in the paper or media. So dear friends, vision will be successful if you establish our directive very rightly. We are working on that. Our dedicated members in the present committee every time. Our president and we are also doing our program. Please convert project and suggest. And this is the very people of attendance. Believe me, 18 groups I have given and we have given. So let us tell. Please come and see her. We are entering and enjoying everyone. But moving together or doing something best is an excellent platform. Thank you so much. And I really feel happy to see all of you. On this, I am grateful that again we will be meeting and whatever proposal is coming, we make it positive successfully, provided we together. People, madam, when she come with the proposal, I do this Golden Jubilee in Delhi. We are surprised. She did it in such a way, it was amazed, and we did it in Google, sir. That is the global week, and what not we have done, and what we have not done, we do it together, not criticizing or making up. Why you work for a day? Any feedback, direct talk. Okay, thank you, sir. Always, thank you so much. Thank you all of you. Have a smile, have a clap, and enjoy the moment. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So now next we go to Professor Machi. He is online.
Yeah, good afternoon to all of you. And I'm traveling. Maybe my voice might be breaking. Sir, honorable dignitaries on the dais and all my fellow NITRANs. Sir, I would just like to highlight one point when Professor Sahu was reading out the fonts that is being given year after year, and government is definitely going to cut this fund in subsequent years to come, and every institution should be self-sustained. And when we want to talk about the NIRF ranking or any other things, we need research to be very aggressively done. And when research to be done, we need the number of research scholars in the institute. And because of the fund cut, as I was listening earlier, there were 3 research scholars per faculty. Now it has reduced to 2. And if this trend goes on, it will be very difficult to have research and compete in the global world when we talk about NIRF or QS or whatever. So I sincerely request this NITRAN body, let's all of us work together to create a corpus like IT Madras or IT Bombay or something, where a lot of research scholars are also supported. It is a great thing that the NITRANs have created chairs, chair professors, but at the same time, the support to research scholars, research in the different research forums, so it will be a great idea. So my request and suggestions to the whole body to have a similar corpus, may not be to the tune of IT Madras or IT Bombay or IT Kanpur, but we should think for a long run to make these institutions sustainable with respect to research and other aspects. So this is the only thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, Padi, sir.
Hello. Our President NITRAA, Mr. Basa, Vice President Mr. Subrat Acharya, Dean Alumni Professor Himanshu, and Secretary, Treasurer, my senior alumni, friends. First of all, today I marked one thing, that the chronology of the agenda was changed. Having said that, we must have marked that Professor Himanshu was given a chance to deliver his thoughts before the action plan is discussed. It means how important it was to be decided that the chronology was changed, and our president decided to do so. Now, yesterday we had a very marathon meeting with Professor Himanshu, a very intense meeting with regard to the corpus, the engagement with the institute, and what is the function of NITRAA, how we can engage. Now, first of all, we must understand one thing, that NITRAA is a body which is of alumni, and we must do something for the institute, that is for sure. So there was a lot of deliberation on this subject, and some action plan has been outlined yesterday, which I am not going to reveal it, not reveal exactly, but I am not going to elaborate. But I would give only 2 suggestions, which Deepa ma'am has already said, and Fakir bhai has also said. So far as the database is concerned, the database has been crashed at some point of time, but fortunately after Bhavi came, this database is being generated. Only I would request to make it simplifier, so that the email ID and the mobile number, anything one can be given, so that the more people can be connected, and through WhatsApp groups, because every batch has got a WhatsApp group. That is suggestion number 1. Suggestion number 2 is to create a corpus, what we discussed yesterday, to go to different places like Delhi, Hyderabad, which even director is also ready to go. and to engage with the top-notch, top people who have already been there in good positions in the organizations. And then engagement can be done. But again, NITRAA also has to exist because gradually the money is getting depleted and NITRAA also has to exist. That's why we have started a corpus again for NITRAA. For institute is different. Professor Santanu pointed out that is a valid point, but NITRAA and the institute, we have to go together, but the corpus has to be generated separately. The big corpus for the institute, but at least some perpetual money for the NITRAA. So that I would request all our members to contribute something for the NITRAA and also for the institute, which is in the bigger way. And that we have outlined certain things which should be further elaborated and discussed. That is my suggestion. Thank you.
And then we'll take a look. Last figure.
Hello, President, and office bearers, my seniors, and my friends. I am Wing Commander Sumarendra Hutta, 1974 batch. I was in India for about 20 years when I left the service. Then about 32 years I was in Delhi. I was about 26 years after I left doing business, came back. I got two children, one of them is settled in America, one of them is in India. And for sports, I am and with my wife in Delhi, accepting 3 buildings here and there, maybe a few crore rupees here and there, and that's not life, that's not freedom. Do you agree with me? Yeah. That is bugging me very badly. Since long. And when I was in Delhi, my friends told me, you cannot go back to this. I had in mind to go back. I don't go back, I'll go back to my life. You cannot go back. I said, if there is none, I can't go. I said, if I said I'll go back, I'll go back. And I think the opportunity came when I came back. I asked my son in London, look, you have not washed your clothes any time at home. You have not cooked ever. You have not gone to market to buy things. I have carried you in my car to cooking places and all that. Not done anything. We also had some ways to help us. I was government service, so I was not having too much money, but I had enough to keep great service and all that. Now, I'm so very specific to this. It's wrong in there. You are here, you go buy vegetables, you cook your wife, you wash your clothes, you press your clothes, and only thing you do is you sleep at night at will and you get up like automaton and run to the office and come back again with you now. I do that. There's better a big house, that makes service to help me. My relatives are there. At will I can go to my friend's house. What is good? Why do we stay here? You cannot reply and nobody can reply. But still people are going abroad and staying there. In our time, there was something known as brain drain. It just about started. I graduated in 74. It had just about started. We have to get that. We have to do the reverse brain drain. There's no other choice. What everybody told. You see, you told stress and all that. Oh, stress like and all that. They do not know what is stress. They are a machine. They do not know, they cannot differentiate between pleasure, comfort, and happiness. We know what happiness is.
Okay, we know what happiness is. They cannot, when they give, you don't know what it is, how can you differentiate? Now, time has gone up very much. You see, nothing has happened in one day. All this has happened, it has taken, of course, 74. I've been out, I said 26, almost 50 years. Almost 50 years. It has taken about 30, 40 years to happen so. And it will not go in one day. One has to think in a very different manner how to eradicate it, how to get rid of it. It will take another 30 years, 25, 30 years. So I have come to the institute. I am donating some fund from the interest to do something, but I have discussed with Professor Himanshu and Professor Kotwa and Bhatia, many professors, and we have got action plan. For all this, we need to go to the students, those who are doing all this. The local, you see, contact with them is more important. How are you going to have the contact? They are totally degenerated. They do not know anything like this. They like automaton. They tried hard to get into this college or medical college, like that. And now they come here. They are dropped in a ocean. See, and I did the ocean. Nobody there to look for. Within few days, they become again colder. Initially, that was a way of yes, we have in the room, you become better. Therefore, we need to go to them, interact with them, the NITRAA, whatever you call it, our NITRAA. They should try to organize seminars or some togetherness, some meeting, something. So therefore, I'm trying to myself. I'm doing something with coach and see how it goes. That's why I have come. I did not come particularly for this. I have come for this because in the orientation, I have offered some program orientation. That's what I have come. So let's see how it starts. I want all your blessing and help. I will definitely require the help of NITRAA local to go ahead. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now that the last speaker is over, please, just said that only 5 minutes. Please have respect for time. Please don't misunderstand me because the purpose of that was to listen everybody because one can go on talking and talking, but facility should be given to all. That's my spirit. And I do not have any other written.
Just to supplement it, I am telling you, I have done one on this.
I am start now. But go ahead, 5 minutes, 5 more minutes.
Dr. Vishwa, the retired director from our institute and the then Dean Academy, S.K. Patel, are taking the Senate approval and made this book to be taught compulsorily in first year as health education during COVID period. As no teachers were available, I have given my consent to teach and help the professor to experience and teach. Now, request Dr. Rao, now on behalf of Dr. Sahu, to take action to make the campus space and Soropi, and I will be available to him full time. Implementation of the project will be done by contact with guide places and people. No money is required for NITRAA. Then no money is required. For example, our president is the ex-president of the Institute of Engineers. Then he can take up with the present president. All engineers and engineering colleges in India can be benefited. Stress free, okay. Chairman, Mr. BC, ex-president of Raurkela Executive Association, and now head of many organizations in Raurkela, can take up with the MD Raurkela plant. And he being NITRAA can do a lot of for employees to be stress free and therapy. In case NITRAA has to spend money, I will be reimbursed to them any amount. Okay. Also, I pledge that 75% of the royalty money, which I will get maybe crores, will be donated to NITRAA. Okay. For research projects for the students, we try to make So just I am giving example. We will try to make fast all 30,000, 40,000 NITRAA and our institute specific, which is very important in this year. Hence, books sold will be nearly 30 lakhs, only for our things, 30 lakhs. From which I will get 10%. So that will all go to NITRAA. So money will flow. And whole world is will go to the. I have already gone to the president. President has read and already go in behalf of NITRAA. I have gone, and he has come. I mean, giving NITRAA. He has given NITRAA the good wishes. Now we will go to the Prime Minister of India. Prime Minister will say, read the book, and he is also he has read Gita and everything. This whole book, whatever is taught, is from Gita. And it will make you stress-free or sorrow-free. It's only spiritual knowledge. No other knowledge can make you anything, any amount of money. I told you, any amount of money, what? Why this one they are making? What happened to the Chief Minister of Arunachal? Why he died? Who is that? They have got all power and money. What happened to the our ex-president? But why? 3 years bedridden. Why? With all power and all the so you should no, not that. You should have the knowledge. You should have the knowledge. And with this knowledge, I have got 5 years of research. And that too from Gita only. And you cannot find anything. All whatever in this book is there that you have to technically, scientifically it is explained. So that you can understand. Understanding Gita is very difficult. Understanding Gita is very difficult. So I request President to adopt this project, so that will work. Nothing, no money is required. And we make whole world stress-free. That is our objective.
Hello.
Please adopt it.
Sir, this is your suggestions are very good. Sir, I would request that, NITRAA, as you know, sir, NITRAA outside, the name is very big. Because we are in our own house. Let us not, be hesitant in accepting our limitations as well. We can speak many big things, but the most successful man is one who introspect the smaller things and take a solution and then think big. If you do not have a foundation and go on talking and talking, doesn't make any sense. With due, with due regard to everybody, and I never say that ideas should not be there. Ideas have to be there, and with ideas only we can earn our goodwill and financial. But sir, my request would be, sir, NITRAA, as I have already said, that we will circulate that such a book is available in wide. That's what I'm telling, sir. In wide platform, and we will say the benefit of this book. Please, it is available in Amazon. Please collect the group. And whatever, sir, the problems are, with due apologies again, sir, because, sir, please acknowledge with due apologies, sir, because NITRAA doesn't have such infrastructure facilities to popularize a book, get the money, get these things. It is not possible, sir, because I am a person, what I cannot do, I cannot achieve. What I am suggesting, sir, we will circulate it in all media, in all social media, in all other things, that such a nice book is available. Please go through it, and we'll say that the money which will be available from the sale of this book is going to help the NITRAA. That also you can mention. That will mention. So, but don't think that we will do, NITRAA will do everything for this, because sir, the monetary part, it should come to you. You give the money to the, this thing. Fine, sir. So that is the thing, we can go ahead with that. And I think 2 things I would like to say, that many good points have been raised by our esteemed members. That is what is required. But I must beg apology if I have hurt the feelings of somebody, that I have cutted the time. The very purpose is that we wanted to hear from everybody. If there is no time limit, we cannot hear. That is number 1. Number 2, we will take up certain points which we think we can execute with our limited sphere of capability. And rest of the things, obviously, we'll keep it in a what we call long-term vision plan or kind of things. But our concern is the monetary part of it. Whatever you do, money is required. Of course, we do not, as Prabodh is very categorically to that fact, that we need mountains for NIT Rourkela, but certainly we need moles for NITRAA. So that is the thing. Our purpose is very clear. We want to exist. I want to coexist because we are a product of NIT Rourkela. So we cannot dissociate ourselves from NIT Rourkela. And on behalf of the NITRAA, I can assure you that 85 to 90% of the money which we are getting, that is going back to the NIT Rourkela. Hardly 5 to 7% which are administrative expenses, that only is being spent by NITRAA. Otherwise, let's say we are coming and going, we are not having anything. I mean, we are going up our own. God has given us that capability. But certain things, you want to have an office, you want to some case studies, you want some offices to run. So for that thing, some minimum expenditure has to be there. So we had a very frank discussion with the Dean Alumni last evening. We are very clear in our mind that whatever money we want to come back to NITRAA from NIT Rourkela, we assure you that we are giving it back to you. That is nothing. NITRAA doesn't want to keep any money because NITRAA's intention is that the moment NITR grows, we also. So the growth is, combined. It's a win-win situation. We have to create that win-win situation now. And we are very happy that after his arrival, we had a very heart-to-heart. I mean, we are extremely grateful to you, sir, because of your cooperation. Because the thing is that if you are not, sharing your feelings heart-to-heart, then only goody-goody, yes, sir, everything is good, sir, everything will be good, but nothing will happen at the club. So we are extremely grateful to you, sir, for your kind cooperation. And with, he's our, Pankaj is our also in the EC committee. So we can charge him more than you, sir. We will utilize him to pressurize you. That's right. Thank you very much. I mean, we are very happy that after a long time we met. And I, personally, on my personal behalf and on the behalf of NITRAA, we are extremely grateful to you for your valued suggestion. But before ending, I think Anup wants to say something. Anup, you have got something to tell.
Anup,
I request
Anup.
please that it is on the student that it is on our NITRAA and the
We will separate.
I am waiting also.
Hello. This is one of the screenshot of the existing AGM notice that we are given. And if you will see, around 3,000 email IDs were only we were able to send, of which only 1,500 were opened, and maybe 100 were only clicked.
So the main problem is that we want email IDs. If there are different batch groups, there are different city groups and different annual meetings that have been happened earlier. If we can get the email IDs, maybe from NIT also, like there are events in which NIT organizes some events, or there are golden jubilee, silver jubilee events. And if we can get those email IDs also, we can simply push all the email IDs in our website once they're verified, and all of them can be pre-registered. So whenever we send any information about updating the database or updating any event or anything on the website, they can easily get the information and they can update their data. So first thing is that we want a list of email IDs. Only a pure Excel sheet can also work. If anyone is having any Excel sheet of data, like from Delhi group we were talking about, but we never got those email IDs. There were previous silver jubilee functions. If we can go to get those data also, we can simply push all these email IDs in our website, and they will be simply intimated to register and update their data. So this is one thing that we can start with. If all the batch groups are having their email IDs, they can simply give us. The next thing was like in last meeting we were talking about that we are having more than 50 WhatsApp groups of different batches, different cities, and different branches also. So what we are doing is right now is we are asking the admins if they can give us those numbers. Maybe we are also trying to have a tool who can simply extract the numbers from that WhatsApp groups if it is possible, and we can simply get those numbers also. Then we can simply work on updating the database directly from those numbers. So that is one thing. Other than that, from the website, if I can just share the statistics, this is the statistics of total 11,000 database which we have, and in that more than 31% is of newer 2010 plus years, like more than 2010 batches, it is around 31%, and very less registrations are below 2000, like 18 to 20% total. So in both cases, we need to work on. Other than that, the website, we are having all these social media channels also. We have recently developed LinkedIn groups, and wherein all the new members are being added. So that is around 1200 plus members in the LinkedIn group, and around Facebook we are having 5,000 followers. So therein also we are pushing the website, pushing the AGM. If you will simply share that in the AGM notice, like it has been shared multiple times. Today also we shared a lot many times this AGM notice. But if you will see, only 20 plus members have maybe joined through Zoom. We are having this YouTube and Facebook Live, which is open to all. So if members can help us getting email IDs either in Excel or maybe numbers, simply in like WhatsApp numbers and all, those will also help us. But it has to come through a authorized or like a recognized channel, so that we can simply ask those email IDs that you need to register in the website. That is already being done. Like as the EC member, I also shared the data with all the EC members also, and I requested each and every individual members also. But it's the responsibility of all the members, like from different batches, different branches. If we can propagate the registration, or we can simply get the email IDs. Sometimes what is happening is when we are sharing any message of registration in the this WhatsApp channel, there are not many WhatsApp messages, so it is simply ignored. So in that case, we can get email IDs or get numbers directly. If members can help us giving those numbers or email IDs in a simple Excel sheet format, we can simply try to pre-register them.
They are not able to do it because of not doing the thing.
So there are 4% of the alumni who have already registered, 300 plus registered below 1970. So we are already there. We are already here to help any alumni. I am getting calls from senior alumni and helping them. This is another point about the corpus fund. This was one of the initiatives that was started by our president, and we have also shared this. Luckily, we have got around 20 plus already members who have contributed to this NITRAA fund. This is a small amount. Minimum we are targeting around 1,000. It can be more. It is an annual contribution. It will help us to run the social campaigns or social other activities which NITRAA is doing every year. So all the alumni are requested. Simply scan the QR code and you can contribute whatever you want. 1,000 is the minimum that we have set. This has been shared in all the email IDs and WhatsApp groups and Facebook and all the media. Yes, sir.
No, you can update.
No, sir, was already updated. If you are using those particular email ID or Facebook or Google, then whenever you will log in through NITRAA, there is a simple login. Like we are just giving login with NITRAA, login with Facebook, login with Google, or login with email. So there you can log in simply and you can update. Even if you have forgotten your password, you can simply log in with Facebook or log in with Google. That facility is also available.
Or else you will take your help.
Or else anyone can call me.
So you take it.
Even outside of also.
I just give the permission of president. One meeting also we have decided that for a period, maybe for 6 months or 1 year, we'll deploy one IT expert, young, fine. Anybody. There should be a system for that. He would actually help Anup and some of the young people who are there. Otherwise, it is impossible to do. He is in a plant where he is expecting. Okay, done. Next DC meeting would take it on. If it is possible, yeah. Employ somebody who will be exclusively doing full time. It is a start period. Yeah. Done. Full time. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So I think we are at the end of today's session. So now I would request Rahul Agarwal sir to share the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. Welcome. This is the end of our 58th annual general meeting. Thank you, our president and other EC member and all the alumni present here. This is a big day for us because after a long time this AGM has happened. Due to COVID protocols, no big gathering was happening physically. And though our numbers are less, but still I can see a lot of faces, and also good number of people participated in online also. So my heartfelt thanks to our organizing team, our secretary Asutosh, and our treasurer Sampath, and Anu, and all the members present here. I thank you all, and I'd like to thank our president and vice president for coming here from Bhubaneswar, and also like to thank our Dean Alumni and Deputy Dean Alumni for coming. Thank you all. Long live NITRAA. Now I request everyone to participate in the lunch.
Lord. The meeting is adjourned. I hope that everyone enjoyed today's meeting. We tried as much possible the flawless in this entire session. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much, all of you.
Mukoili.